Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about article writing. We have discussed about this topic during our previous class also, where I gave you a detailed presentation on how to write a good article step by step. So today again we are going to talk about it so that the topic is revised and you have more confidence when you are planning to write a good article. So children, where do we see an article in a real life situation? So the best place to find different kind of articles, you can go through a newspaper, you can go through a magazine, and nowadays plenty of articles are written on social media also on various sites. So we have abundance of articles every day written on various topics, and they are written with a purpose. So let us see what is an article first, and thereafter we are going to look at how to write a good article in the examination situation. An article is a written work published in a print or electronic medium. Print or electronic medium. By print we mean newspapers or magazines which come to our houses in the hard-bound copies. Electronic mediums, various kinds of social mediums. On different sites you will find different kind of articles written on different topics. It may be for the purpose of propagating news, researching results, academic analysis, or even arousing a debate. Generally, it is a piece of writing that is published in a newspaper or magazine. This is the most common place where you will find an article. And they are of course written by academicians, researchers, intellectuals of high caliber. They write on the given issue to inform the people as well as to generate a discussion and debate on the given issue. So finally, it comes to the notice of the government of the day, and then suitable actions are taken, remedial measures are taken to improve the situation. So that is the broader purpose of writing an article. So today we are going to talk about how to write a good balanced article within the given time for the board examination. An article writing comes in the writing section and it is an integral part of the writing section question. You will find this question as the fourth question of writing. There are 4 questions in all. So fourth question is always on article writing. So we are going to see in the coming slides how to write a good balanced article within no time, because examination is all about 3 hours. So within no time, I mean 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It varies from children to children, but not beyond 25 minutes. You should write a good article as per the word limit. Every question of your writing section has the value point, and so has the article. So value points, you will see there are 3 parts of it: format, content, and expression. Format means how do you write different kind of things at a particular place. The next slide we will be talking about it. Content is the detailed analysis of the topic that you are going to write on, and expression is grammatical accuracy and coherence, as always. Okay, so let us now look at the next slide, how to format the article. Article begins with a heading. Heading means the title of your article. Heading should be catchy and in not more than 5 to 6 words. You can go as creative as you want, but just make sure you do not devote too much time on it in the examination. So titles or headings are normally given in the question itself. So you can simply copy the title from the question if it is given. If it is not given, if there is a general statement on which you are supposed to write, then frame the heading in not beyond 5 to 6 words and use the phrase, not the full sentence, to make the heading. This is the technique of making a heading. And heading should be written by using the keywords, the content words, so that it catches the attention of the reader. After the heading is done, then comes byline. Byline means the line that follows the heading. So it refers to the name of the person writing the article. Article is always written by somebody. So name of writer should be given just below the heading. It is generally given in the question, so write the same name. If it is not given, then write an imaginary name. And if the name does not click quickly in the mind in the examination, write even ABC, XYZ, that will also do. But do not write real name or do not reveal your real identity on the examination sheet. That is against the ethics of the code of conduct of examination. So it is given in the note also in bracket. You are not supposed to mention any of your personal details while attempting the answers in the examination. So take care of that, children. Now, moving with the value points, we come to the article part. How your article should be designed, formatted and written. So this is the body part of your article. It is the main part of your writing piece, and generally you are advised to write your article in 3 paragraphs. Now it is not hard and fast rule. It can be written in 4 paragraphs also, 5 paragraphs also, depending on the content and information you have. But in exams, since you have to write an article in around 200 words, so 3 paragraphs will be more than sufficient. In real articles in newspaper or magazine, you will find many paragraphs. So right now we are discussing about examination. So write your article in 3 paragraphs. Para 1, it is always prescribed that you begin with a short introduction of the topic. Briefly tell what the article is about, giving some quotations or interesting or startling facts to arouse the interest of the readers. So opening paragraph is very brief and precise, but it is very important, because your examiner is going to begin reading your article from paragraph number 1. So opening paragraph must be correct, must be apt as per the topic. So introduce the topic given in brief, use the quotations if you have any. If you don't have a quotation, don't worry. So give a very balanced introduction of the topic and introduce there itself what you are going to write in the subsequent paras. Then comes paragraph number 2. Now this is the middle paragraph and longest paragraph of your article. So here you are required to do a complete analysis of the subject matter in question. It may include advantages or disadvantages depending on the topic in question. So you can write both sides. You can write one side. So there is flexibility in article writing. It is upon the writer how he is dealing with the subject matter. Thereafter, again the next slide is on the value points. We are still talking about the middle paragraph. Develop the cause and effect relationship by supporting it with facts or data. Apart from advantage, disadvantage, you can talk about cause and effect also, because any issue that is being discussed, there must be a reason behind it, and if there is a cause, there will be effect also of the topic. So you can develop both the things in the middle paragraph. You may also write the consequences of those cause and effect. That can be additional part of your discussion or analysis of the topic, and then add any other relevant or related information you have about the topic. So this will be the middle paragraph of your article. Now coming to the paragraph number 3, it is the concluding paragraph of your article. So it is important to conclude what you have started. Okay? To conclude the topic that you started discussing. Never leave an article open-ended. Now it is to be remembered that wherever you elaborate a problem, you always have to mention the steps being taken to improvise the situation or suggest a few solutions as well. So there are two important words here, improvise and solutions. So always give a solution as a writer. This paragraph needs to be short and precise, and here also you could add some quotations. So quotations are always like spices in your writing section. If they are there with you, use them at the right place in the right context. They will always enhance the quality of your content as well as presentation. But if you don't have a suitable quotation, you need not worry. Now let us talk about the quick tips. Any writing that you do has certain tips. So if you recall the tips which I shared with you during a speech or debate writing, most of the tips are of similar nature or same. Like in tip 1, it is being suggested, make sure you use language which is suitable for the audience you are addressing to. So simple, reader friendly language. Point 2 says, use quotes. Usage of quotes is highly recommended. So again, it talks about quotation, but it depends. You have the right quotation. If you don't have, don't worry about it. Third is, make sure you write in paragraph. Already we have discussed about. So you are advised to write 3 paragraphs. Then in point number 4, the advice is read as many samples as you can. It will give you an idea as to how they are actually written. So go through the solved answers, and they will stay in your mind both in terms of the presentation as well as the content. Chances are you will get the same topic or the similar topic in exam, so they will be very handy for you. So read as many as possible. Additionally, read newspaper editorials. Now this can be the part of your daily habit. Newspaper editorials or opinions, they give new ideas and opinions that may help during the examination. So form the habit of reading. Suggestion number 7 is plan before you pen. In every writing we talk about it. Without planning, you can't write a long composition, that too of the nature of an article writing. So always plan. And here again you are reminded about how to generate some points in mind. Write those points at the last page of your answer sheet and use those points point by point, and your article is done very easily. So plan before you pen. Just make a list of all your important points on the rough sheet, your advice, last sheet of your answer booklet, so that you do not forget relevant points while writing. This also helps you in maintaining a sequence. This is very important. Maintaining a sequence, which is very important. Writing should be done in a sequence. So reader should find a link between one sentence to the other, between one paragraph to the other. So sequence is very important. And then as it is the language paper, so presentation is very important. Always take care of handwriting, neatness. These things add to the value and they impact the marking of your answer also. Point number 9, make sure you double check for grammatical accuracy. Now here we are talking about expression. So language, vocabulary, all these things are very important. Spelling, these things are very important. So take care of them. Point number 10 is indicate the change of paragraph clearly. And point number 11, underline the main points. It is very important, but it is also advised to do it after finishing your exam. use a pencil and a scale for underlining. So underlining, the main point is advisable, but do it after the exam, and always use a scale so that the lines that you draw to underline are straight, because again there is a question of presentation. And in the last slide, take your time, go through it. You will find a sample answer of article writing, and this will give you the idea how to present your article. So I hope now I'm very clear about how to write a good article, and this must have given you a very deep insight about article writing. So now the important thing on your part is practice. Practice lot of questions, and that will give you enough confidence in examination. This is it. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.